All right, guys, I'm going to go over some combos for Despia here. Let's try to back this up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to be able to get the whole thing in, but let's try it out. Okay. So we got opening hand here. Now, we usually want to go second, okay? But even if you're going first off of this, as far as what I would do, I'd first activate Fret for Patchwork, right? If they ash it, you've got Triple Tactics Talent. So that would be a draw 2. You'd be drawing into Branded Opening, which is full combo, and another cross out, right? So if they ash this, you're pretty much good. And if they ash it, you've got the cross out, so you're also good there. But let's assume they don't ash it. You're gonna go and get Poly and Edge Imp, right? Now you've got play here, right? So you've got Fusion, Poly, Tragedy, Edge Imp, Chain, okay? And let's just spit out a Masquerade right away. So you've got Masquerade, now you've got Chains here. We've already used the Edge Imp, the Edge work, so we don't really need that. We want to protect the Tragedy, so Tragedy Chain 1, Edge Imp Chain 2. Right, now they can't ash it. Again, if they did, the draw will knock you, and you've got this, right? So it just cracked, insane. And this is like dead, quote unquote dead, whatever, dude, whatever. I'll show you guys what you can do. You could have gone into Guardian Chimera, but obviously there's nothing to, you don't want to waste your normal summon if you don't have to. And the nice thing is off Tragedy, we can get a Luber. So Chain Links, let's assume they don't hit anything, you grab Patchwork, and you grab a Luber. I'm gonna fucking shovel. Not yet. So now you have a Masquerade. You've got this in Grave, right? And you have a full hand. This is stupid. Now, normal summon a Luber, right? Go for your Branded Infusion. Right? Again, it's just assuming they don't have anything. If they're gonna start using stuff now, again, you cross out and then you Triple Tactics Talent and you draw. It's gross. It's gross. But you Branded Fusion, right? Now we've already used Tragedy, so this is where I get a little interested, like a little funny, right? You could start sending really, really interesting things. Like you could send Mercurier. You could send Albion the Shrouded Dragon, which would be really interesting. But for this, I think I'm actually gonna send Dark Magician and Albaz. Again, I'm doing this because we already have Tragedy in the graveyard, right? So if we didn't have Tragedy in the graveyard, we'd put Tragedy to chain block the Lubellion. So we're gonna put those in. Special summon Lubellion. Lubellion's effect, we're gonna ditch for cost. This is where you ditch the dead card. Now it's live because it's in our graveyard, right? It's exactly where we want it for Lubellion. Now we can start shuffling stuff back, right? So you can go into multiple things here. You could go into your Tyrant Dragon with Hex Seal and Albaz, or Hex Seal and Lubellion, I think too, right? I think Blue Eyes Tyrant is, yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon and 1 Dragon Monster, so you could send this and this, or you can just send these two, right? You probably want to protect your Lubellion for your Mirror Jade follow-up play, but that would be against a control deck if you're worried about control deck. Obviously, if we're going first, we want to set up negates, so we also have the ability to go into Dragoons, which is also really awesome. But let's just go with the standard play, and we're going to shuffle back the Fallen of Albaz and the Lubellion for Mirror Jade. And now, I mean, if they haven't activated any effects, you wouldn't be, you could just save this for whenever you do get ashed, but obviously you're going to get ashed, so really this card is just 2, or you've ripped something else out of their hand, right? And then you have Crossout Designator to set if you need it for anything, but this is Pain, this is a banish, non-target banish. You're really just set here. This is a beautiful board here. For follow-up, you have Tragedy. You can banish Tragedy to set Branded Fusion, which is just cracked. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like much. It really doesn't look like much, but this is a lot. And obviously, more often than not, you're going to have Triple Tactics Talented. So at some point, or use the cross out. So again, off the top of triple tactics talent, we have this is, I think this is what we had before. So let's even just give it a shuffle, right? What are the other random 2 cards that triple tactics talent would have gotten us? Call by the Grave, Ash Blossom, amazing, right? So that's if we activated that. So that's more than enough that you need. This is going to burn for a lot. If you're going second, obviously this has just got OTK potential written all over it. This is 48. What is this? 55. 73. 73. They can do one thing. You know, if you're going second and you banish it, they say one thing, you banish it. Just nuts. Just absolutely nuts. Let's go through another test hand. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any questions as we go through the video. Like, I don't mind doing more stuff like this. Get a little shuffle here. Probably a very poor shuffle, but okay. So now, opening hand. Again, I like going second, but let's just assume we're going first, because that's going to be the worst. Again, this is the worst case scenario, because if best case scenario, we're going second and we're breaking their board and we're going for, you know, we're going to just crush them. But in the build of, or, you know, we're putting in a bad spot, because obviously going second. Okay, second on lure, weird hand, but take it, okay. This is obviously, I love going second, but let's just assume we're going first, right? Let's just assume we're going first. So here we've got some really interesting plays. We're going to Foolish Burial off the bat, okay? Tragedy, always in the tragedy. And hopefully this would just bait out their Ash or something, and then you can go Aluber and go off, right? But let's assume everything goes through, right? Uninterrupted board. Tragedy. Let's go for a weird one. Let's grab, where is it? Dramaturge. Right? Okay, next, Lure. Lure's effect. We go grab our Branded Fusion. Wonderful. Activate Branded Fusion. We go and we dump one Fallen of Valbaz. And again, we already used Tragedy's effect. This is, again, like, Tragedy is the ideal thing, but if you draw into it, I'm only playing the 2, right? If you draw into it, or Foolish Burial or whatever, it's fine that way too. We'll dump the Dark Magician. And you get the Libellion. Libellion effect. Pitching Edge Imp for cost. Shuffle back the Albaz. Let's do this a little bit more. No. We'll go the standard route, because you could just go Dragoon here, which would be awesome. But let's just do, we want to protect the Libellion. I do only run the 1. So we'll go Mirror Jade. Then we get to activate Edge of Chain on the next chain. And we get to add the Fright for Patchwork. Activate your Patchwork to add these 2 back to your hand. So again, we have Mirror Jade and Aluber on the field, and we have a hand of 5 again, right? So here, what I would do is there's some really fascinating things you can do here. This would be a great going second hand, because you can get Dramaturge out with probably Titanic Lad, maybe even. This is absolutely bonkers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fuse into a Masquerade, okay? And this is going to then activate the effect of Dramaturge, special summoning. So now you've got Burn from Masquerade, you've got a Monster Negate, you've got a Banish, and a Body. Plus on the follow-up, you have a Mind Control and Fallen Albaz. On your following turn, you've got this. Pretty cracked. It's actually really cracked. We could have probably banished this 4 Mirror Jade just to be able to set a Brandon in red at the end phase. Yeah. So there's I'll do one more test hand. These test hands are kind of weird, but again, this is not really a going, it's not really a going first deck. I think the deck is just super, super strong going second. You can basically play through anything, and that's obviously what the build is optimized for. It's just that extra card in hand gives you so much advantage. Because everything that I'm showing you guys, it's like I'm playing with 5 opening cards, and you're seeing me spit out 1 or 2 monsters, and I have 5 cards back in my hand, and I can still keep playing, right? So it's just nutty. All right, so going first. Draw phase, standby phase. Now here's where we get fun, right? So standby phase, boys. Branded opening. Dodge the draw unlock. For cost, we're going to send the Dark Magician. Again, these cards are never dead in hand. So just send the Dark Magician. Off this, for a special summon a Luber. Defense, it's going to add us the Branded Fusion. Again, this is assuming we don't get hit with anything whacked, right? This is still our hand. I have Branded Opening to protect our fusion monsters and our Dark Magician engrave, right where it belongs. Let's go Branded Fusion. Again, hold the Patchwork. Just go Branded Fusion. Again, because we want to dodge the Droll. We want to be able to play under Droll. Sending Albaz and Tragedy. Let's chain block Lubellion this time. So Lubellion chain 1, Tragedy chain 2. For this, we're going to... this is a good question. We'll ditch the extra Tragedy. So Tragedy is going to add us a ad libitum, wherever he is. Okay, he's right on top. And then Lubellion is going to shuffle things back. So let's have it shuffle back the Albaz and Lubellion for Mirror Jade. Patchwork. You get to add, where are they at? Edge Imp and Poly. Right? And now you can fuse Dramaturge and Edge Imp. Okay. Yeah. Into a mask. Now you got Edge Imp and Dramaturge. I would want to protect the Dramaturge to make sure we get the negate on board. So Chain Link 1, Dramaturge, Chain Link 2, Edge Imp chain. Add your Pfeiffer Patchwork. Special summon Dramaturge. Okay. Now, because we can, activate Mirror Jade, banish your Luber, sending Albion's cost, obviously, because we have the ad libitum, right? And then on your end phase, you're going to get to activate Albion, grabbing the Branded in red, setting it. And you've got the ad libitum, you have Tragedy in the grave, right? And you could just use your Dramaturge for the fusion material to get it back, right? So absolutely insane. They have to play through the Masquerade. They're gonna have to play through a negate potentially, if they're doing any extra link summoning, and then they're gonna have to play through Guardian Chimera, which will get your banish back as well as draw you more cards. So let's just do that. So let's just play through. Let's pretend that they summon something. You're going to try to interrupt them, right? So we're going to activate Brandon in red. We're going to add back the Tragedy to our hand. And then we're going to fusion, right? So if they've negated something, probably the Masquerade, they're going to imperm the Masquerade or imperm Dramaturge or whatever. Maybe we've used Dramaturge. We just want to use it to fuse it off. We're going to use these two and Dramaturge. Actually, no. We're going to use Mirror Jade because we got to bring it back to get the banish. Right? To get Guardian Chimera, which is going to give us a pop and a draw 2, right? Except that's not just it, man. That's not it. So we're going to activate Chainlink 1 to protect it, Chainlink 2 because we got to get our banish back, and then Chainlink 3. So Tragedy, this is all we have in hand right now. Tragedy is going to add us back the Aluber. This is why we don't care about banishing our Aluber on the field, because we're going to get one back anyways, right? Unless they ash that. Ad Libitum is going to bring Mirror Jade back, which has a live banish, and now you get to pop 1 and draw 2. Our draws are going to be Called by the Grave and another Branded Fusion. So no more hand traps, but what is nice about the Guardian Chimera play is often you're drawing into hand traps, which is going to add to extra interruptions on your opponent's turn. So, but now you just did get a pop 1 draw, you got your banish back, you may still have this negate, and you're still burning them. A draw for turn would be Branded Opening. Okay, we can do it all over again. And we can dodge Droll Knock. So, all right, guys, there's a couple of different combos. Let me know in the comment section if you guys like videos like this. I'd love to do more videos like this and really break things down. Happy to answer any questions you guys have in the comment section below. And there are so many different avenues and ways to play. Obviously, so many things are situational. But these are just some of the standard plays that you're going to do with the Despia deck and some of the standard combos. And yeah, and what you're doing with your cards, what you're doing with ratios, and how to play around certain things. So let me know if you guys want to see more. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.